Okay. Good night, everyone. Bezrat Hashem today. Thank you all for coming. A pleasure to see you all. And Baruch Hashem, every week we have this weekly class. It's coaching on the Parasha. We can learn tools and contents to our life from the weekly Parasha, especially on those parshiot that are talking about Am Israel that stays in Egypt for 210 years. And in those parshiot, in Parashat Vaera and Parashat Bo, there are the special parshiot that defined the essence of Am Israel and defined the essence of every human being that going through his own Egypt. The Torah is not a story, a book of stories that tells us what happened 4,000 years ago. The Torah describes exactly every details and everything that Am Israel went through and the Egyptian and whatever Hashem did for them at that time, and it's applied to our life in a daily basis. The Baal Shem Tov HaKadosh said that the same thing that the Torah described all the journey of Am Israel in the desert for 42 destination, it's the same thing a human being and every Jewish people, they need to go through these 42 destinations and stations in life. The same thing, the 10 makot that we have, the 10 makot, which mean the 10 plagues that Hashem give to the Egyptian people, and the Torah describe each makkah, each person going through these makot. Each person going through these plagues in a daily basis. That's why the last shiur, we have a very special shiur, how the makot exactly going through the 10 sefirot. We have 10 makot, we have 10 sefirot, right? According to Kabbalah, we have 10 sefirot, that this is describe the way that Hashem dealing and behaving towards and give us the abundance towards these sefirot. It's the same thing by our behavior towards these sefirot, we activate the mercy of Hashem and we activate the abundance of Hashem to come towards us. Once we use the sefirot, when we use, let's say, the chesed, not in a good way, that's what we learned last class, we get the makkah. You understand what I'm saying? Again, I'm going to explain everything, don't worry. The reason that the Torah described the 7 makot in Parashat Vaera and the 3 makot in this week Parashat Bo, it's because it's going by the Sefirot. The 3 Sefirot, the 3 makot in this week Parasha, it's because of Chokhmah, Binah, Dat, which means the top ones, and the bottom ones that belongs to our world, to our emotional world, right? This is what we learn in the last parasha, Parashat Vaera, right? Chesed, Gevurah, Tiferet, Netzach, Hod, Yesod, Malchut. And this week is talking about Chokhmah, Binah, Vadat, which means it's the recognition and the awareness to recognize Hashem in our life. That's why this week parasha talking about the 3 makot that belongs to the group of the power of Hashem's in the sky. Which makot? Arbe, the grasshopper that come from the sky. Vechisa et en haaretz. The Torah said that when the arbe came, he makes a kind of darkness. Nobody can see anything, and they eat all the trees and all the fruits and the food in Egypt. And the makah of choshech, the darkness. We're going to talk about it. and the Makkah of Bechorot. All of them represent the power of Hashem from the heaven. And it's the same thing is represent the ability of us to recognize Hashem in our life. As long as we know and we feel and we live with Hashem, we don't have those makot. As long as we be able to feel and to live with Hashem in a daily basis, in any area, in any categories in our life, we see the opposite. We see light in our life. Okay? So tonight we're going to talk how we can see light of Hashem in our life and how we can prevent ourselves from those makot that was in Egypt. Okay? So let's begin. First of all, I want to begin with something very, very beautiful that the Chizkuni, one of the greatest mefarshim on the Torah, that he said that each one of us in our Nephesh, in our kind of soul, right, in our lowest level in our soul, we have 4 dimensions that this is our foundations that create who we are.
I think the soul, Nephesh is being.
It's a way of being, but it's a lower level in our neshama, right? You can call it soul, you can call it Nephesh, okay? Nephesh, it's our desires, it's our temptations, our behavior. Everything that we do in life depends what's going on in our Nephesh. In order to be normal, in order to have peace of mind, in order to be happy, in order to be satisfied, in order to feel fulfillment, you have to come to the ability to have a balance in those dimensions, in those foundations. What is those foundations means? What is them? Esh is a fire. Each one of us have a fire inside of us, right? Fire comes, it can come our pride to feel above everyone. It's a fire. Fire is our anger, our ego, right? Everything that comes from the fire, this is those behaviors that build inside of us. But we can use the fire power in a positive way. What? Things that, exactly, passion, right? We can use it for motivation, the will, the enthusiasm, that we have something that this is that determines and forces and give us the power and the strength to believe in ourselves and to do it no matter what. You have the fire, right? So you can use it either in a negative way, either in a positive way. Okay? Be with me. It's a little bit deep, but it's amazing. The second one, what is that? Ruach. What is ruach? In a negative way, it's talking, laughing, gossiping, toxic, can be cursing. Use this ability of ruach, right, in your ability to talk in a negative way. Talk negativity, right? Talk against other people. Talk against yourself. Say to yourself things that you're not be able to do. All the things that in negativity, right, you can use with the ruach. But you can use it in a good way, right? To talk positive, to say good things, to encourage yourself, to say it's a beautiful day, it's a beautiful world, it's a beautiful nation, I can do it, I can make it. All the things that you can use the ruach in a positive way, right? Maim, water, is the other dimension. It's all our temptations, the ta'avot, our desires, is the temptations come from the water. This is, by the way, Marchu HaKadosh bring it, the Arizal bring what the Arizal said, and the Tanya bring it in the first chapter the first perek, when he talks about the Nefesh Elokit, the highest level in our Nefesh, Neshama, and the lowest one. And the lowest one, he brings all those dimensions. Okay? So, the Maim is the Ta'avot, is the temptations in a negative way, but it's all in a positive way, it's our love, our connection.
Our
Right?
depth.
What?
Our depth. Like the deepness.
Yeah, the deepness, exactly. The deepness, the connection, the deepness connection, our love and passion and all our connection in our relationship, it comes from the water. Once you don't use it in a positive way, automatically you use it in a negative way. Once, that's what we learned last class, once you don't use this dimension and this foundation in a positive way, which means if you don't have the real love, you're doing averot and you're looking for things to do, not because you want to do averot, you're looking for love. You're looking this for pleasure, looking for connection, but you don't know how to use it in a positive way. So what do? You use it in a negative way. You're going with other girls. You're going to parties. You hang out with people, in a negative people, but you're just looking for love, right? So listen how we're going to build it, and then you see the makot, exactly how it's going by one, okay?
So in total, how many are there?
Yeah, the fourth one is afar. It's earth. Earth, in a negative way, it's the depression, the sadness, right? It's the laziness. When you're lazy, it's unmotivated, right? By the way, there's no laziness. There's unmotivated. Once I'm going to give you $100,000, you can do everything. For another person, it's $1 million. But there's no, I'm lazy, and there's no laziness. But anyway, the laziness, everything comes from the afar, from earth. In a positive way, earth represents someone that is stable, that he wants to feel stable. He wants to feel the earth. He making and push himself to have stability in financial, to have stability in his relationship, to have stability in his health. He's doing good. He's taking care of his body, taking care of his business, taking care of his relationship. He's doing things to always not to have this kind of feeling that unsustainable, right? Once you don't use it in a positive way, what automatically you do? Depression. If you don't making yourself being stable, which means you're not working, you not wake up early, you not reach out to people, you don't believe in yourself, you don't make yourself in a way that you feel stable, that you feel certainty enough to push yourself to the edge and maximize yourself to live with your full version of yourself, what do? Automatically, you go into depression. What is the depression? The depression, it's the deepest level in your Nephesh. Once she feel that you're wasting your time. You feel that you miss something and you don't know how to break the fear and go for it and do something about it. Right? So that's why you come to the depression. That's why you come to sadness. That's why you don't believe in yourself. And that's why you feel such a failure that you don't want to do it again. Or you telling yourself stories that it's too much for you. It's too big on you. It's never going to work. That's why you're not working on your relationship. You're not going to open your business on your own. You're not going to reach so much from yourself. Because you're telling yourself so much stories, it's better for you to tell yourself the stories. Why? That these things that you want to achieve, it's much more than you, instead of not to believe the stories, and then you need to go out of your comfort zone and do it. Right? So I have to tell myself stories. No, you know what? No, I'm never going to be this... I'm never gonna make $30,000 a month. I'm never gonna have this love and passion in my relationship. Yalla, my wife, she's a little bit crazy. You know, we know each other. We drive for 10, 15 years. It is what it is. What do you want me to do? But it, for you, you're telling yourself the story and you believe in yourself. It become conviction because you don't want to push yourself and feel failure if you not succeed, right? So again, once you don't use it in a good way, right away, you're falling apart in a negative way. You understand what I'm saying? It's the same thing. The same thing I give you.
You're either growing or you're dying.
Exactly.
Either go up or down.
Exactly. But I give you another example. The energy of the human being, he goes in two ways. Right? You can make like kind of a list. Whatever you put inside, in this side, let's say positive in the right side, negative energy in the left side. As long as you put positive things into your life, right? What? Sport, you exercise, read books of motivation, learning Torah, praying every day, do chesed, do a lot of things that positive make you fulfill, right? You have a lot of energy, right? But once you don't do it, automatically, what do you use in energy? Drugs, smoke, eating, fill up yourself. You have to fill up yourself because our needs always fighting. If you don't have this one, you're going to have this one. Sleeping late, wake up late, hang up with the negative people, negative thoughts, negative behaviors. You're dragging a power. Well, what should I do? What should I do? I don't know how to get out of it. That's what we're going to talk about it today. Right? So, exactly. So again, either you fulfill yourself in a positive energy, positive thoughts, positive actions, you're taking action, you believe in yourself, you're doing good things, you hang up with empowering people, you're doing empowering things, right? You get good energy. If not, you're dragging parties, places, wasting time, doing bad things, doing temptations, falling apart, feel bad about yourself, feel unsuccessful, feel failure, feel that you don't maximize yourself, and Israel, the Gemara said, either you're going up to the, why Am Israel, Hashem said in the Torah one time, Am Israel represent the stars, and Am Israel represent the sand on the ocean. Because either you going up like the star, if not, I'm sorry to tell you, but you're going very deep to the sand. Like adafar, like to the lowest level. There's no in between. Right? Either you're pushing yourself up on the hill or you're going to reverse. Right? So, this week's parasha that talking about the makot, Hashem give the makot exactly on these four dimensions. Okay? If we're talking about the dimension, let's say water. Let's begin from the first makot. What is that? Blood and tzfardea come from the Nile. It's keneged against to the dimension of water, of our temptations, our love in the other side, right? The afar, earth, what is that? Makat kinim, when he hit the earth, and then the lice came, right? And another one, and arov, all the animals came from the earth. Ve'eta adama asher emalea, the Torah said, even the earth, that whatever they live in Australia and Antarctica, even the earth came with them. Imagine a bear come from the freezing cold temperature to Egypt. He needs this environment. So he come with the earth. with the environment. He come with the forest. He come with the whatever, with the jungle. Imagine how Egypt got destroyed just by that. So it's against to earth, right? The afar, those makot. Ruach, it was what? Dever, the death of the animals, that Hashem take the wind, the neshama of them, right? The death. And Shchin, right? The, what's it called? What? Boils, right? The boils, because Moshe Rabbeinu lift this Torah to the sky, and the wind bring it down to their arms, to their body, and it becomes Shchin. What? Exactly. And הרבה. הרבה, Hashem niyag ruach kadim kada, the grasshoppers also came with the wind. So those three makot, it's against the wind dimension. Esh, the fourth one. The fourth dimension, which is fire. Whoever born in Chodesh Av is fire. Whatever born in also the 12 Chodashim, the 12 month, is going by every 3 months is a different dimension, right? You have to know what is your month to know which power is your primary power, and then how you can use it and work with it to the good way and to the bad way, right? So the Esh, what is the dimension of fire? The dimension of fire, which makot we got? The barad, water and fire together, right? And choshech, right? Choshech and makat bechorot. Makat bechorot, all of them is by Hashem's power that is come from the dimension of fire. That's what the Chizkuni, one of the Mefarshim, the commentators, he said on this week Parasha. What is that doing in my life? How can we apply it to our life and learn what we can do? And the same thing, it's amazing. The same thing when the Mishnah in Avot said, Heve az kanamer, kal kanesher, ratz katzvi, vegibor kari. Rabbi Yehuda, you know what's Rabbi Yehuda? Rabbi Yehuda ben Tema said, Heve az kanamer, you have to be az, which means
To dare.
strong, or I don't know, so dare, like courageous or something like that, like a tiger, right? This is represent the power of Esh, the power of Esh, like a fire, right? And Kal Kanesher, to be able to be light like an eagle, right? This is the ruach, to be able to fly, to compromise, to be able to flow with the wind, right? And also ratz katzvi, to run like a deer, right? It's against the water. He's running all over and he's jumping all over, against the water dimension. And gibor kari, to be able to be strong like a lion, to be able to break this kind of laziness that you have inside of you, to break the afar, the earth. Right? Bravery, right.
Az Kanamel is ferocious, I believe.
What?
And Az is ferocious.
Ferocious?
Ferocious
Okay.
like a...
Okay. So, let's see how we can use those dimensions and see how we can work with that to our life. There is something beautiful that when I learned coaching, by Tony Robbins and other places, the Goyim talk about those dimensions in a different way. When you come to a person and you tell them, what are you doing in your life? Why are you so sad? Why are you wasting your time? Why do you not believe in yourself? Why are you not reaching out your goals? What's going on with you? He said, I don't know. I really want to do it. I really want to do this and this and this. And I don't know. It's not happening. I can't lose weight. I can't stop that. I can't stop my behavior. I'm hanging around. But I really want. I sit down with someone once, and he said, listen, Rabbi, I wish I could have more time with my wife. I really want to learn with my kids. I want to come to shul. I want to come to classes. I really want to lose weight. I really want to. After 10 minutes, I said, listen, I'm sorry to tell you, but I'm hearing from you all what you don't want. He said, why? But I'm telling you that I want. No. I said that I hear all the things that you don't want, because if you really want, you will make it. But you're just telling yourself the story that you really want, but you don't do nothing about it. Right? When you think about something, you have any vision, it's possible. Right? When you talk about it, right? You talk about it, it's become much more in a reality. Right? When you schedule it, it's real. But when you plan it, you have a business plan, you have a planet. What should I do? How should I do? How can I lose weight? How can I break this fear? How can I make myself more money? How can I do that? How can I? You can apply it to the field and make it happen, right? Bring it from the world of machshava, from your thoughts, from the idea, to the field. And that's what all of us, we're stuck in between. Why? Why did this happen? In our mind, we have two parts in our mind. Each one of you knows. What is that? Conscious mind. And we have a subconscious mind. Right? In our mind, how much percent we use in our mind, and how much percent we use in our conscious mind? 5% of what? Conscious mind. 5%? Are you kidding me? 5% of your conscious mind, and 95% in the back of the door, in this box behind it, in our subconscious mind. When I have a will to do something, where the will come from? When the Chazal said, "En davar haomed koach haratzon." There's nothing can stop the power of will. There is Allah. Which will we're talking about? They're not talking about the will of our conscious mind. The will, the startup, it's our conscious mind. I want to do it. I want to make it. I want to make money. I want to reach out to this guy, to this place. I want to open my own career. I want to work on my relationship. I want to do every day we have these thoughts, right? But it's just 5%. It's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, half an hour that we have this drive, and then we look at the bank account, you look at the people that are hanging around, you look at your wife, you look at your husband, forget about it. It's impossible, right? And then what? Taking another pizza, another podcast, sleeping, going to sleep for another 3 hours. Ishtabach Shemol Aleh Hashem Koshi was smoking again. Why this has happened? Well, we going back to the same pattern, because we have in the subconscious mind what's it called? Our limited beliefs, right? Our values, our rules, everything that we have it's in the back of our בעורף. שנייה. Everything is in the back. We working only in the conscious mind, and we don't take care of our subconscious mind, which is all what we believe and all our limited beliefs that we develop throughout the years, right? In a timeline of a person from age 0 to age 7, it's called, we develop, we observe so much information from our parents, from our society, from our everything, right? we take in so much information that this is create our identity. Until the age of 7 or 8, you create your identity. That's why it's so important to take care of the chinuch, the education of the kids until up to this age. People say, no, it doesn't matter if you're going to public school in this age. It doesn't matter if you hang up and you see these movies. And he said, no, it's, believe me, it's a lot. From age 7 to 13, you take in this information and you develop behaviors on behalf of those beliefs and all those information that you develop. Okay? But what happened in those ages? Listen to that, and then you can understand what's going on in your mind. In our subconscious mind, all the memory for long term, we have it. All the things that we have gone through, all the pictures, videos, all the years, all the
Trauma.
from people, trauma, everything is in the back. Hashem did a chesed from us that He made kind of separation between the conscious mind to the subconscious mind. Otherwise, you couldn't sleep, you couldn't live for a moment if you be able to experience the humiliation that someone embarrassed you or someone hurts you or things that you have gone through to your life. If you remember these moments that you want to die, you want to suicide, or you want to have a trauma, or you have a problem with your wife that drive you crazy, you can't even sleep at night. Hashem did a chesed, the shift, vayerev vayboker every night. It's going to the back. It's going to the back. It's going to the back. That's why the Torah are very, very sensitive by hurting the woman, the wife. Why she's having more memories than the man? It's not that the man doesn't remember. She taking every event and every word that you say, and she add emotion to it. So in so much intensity, that's why she's be able to experience, like, what are you crying? What are you crying? I remember that 1994 you tell me. Are you serious? You want to bring something from the Holocaust? Like how you associate so many things, and because I didn't make you an egg. Because I didn't make you a breakfast. No, because I remember my sister told me. But she's not, the Gemara said because she come from the bone, and the bone, whatever you write on the bone, it stays for a long time. And the man come from the sand. The sand, you're doing like that, yalla.
They hold a grudge on this also. They hold a grudge and they know what you did wrong.
Exactly, but the main reason is because she have an emotion inside that it stays for a long term. So our long-term memory over here, our short memory over here. Once we have the will to do something, I want to do something, I believe in myself, I wrote it down, I have a plan, I want to do it. What our mind said? Oh, come on, man, this is nonsense. Oh, come on, you know yourself. You want to trick me? Do you think that you'll be able to lie to me? Like, I know who you are, right? You have so much beliefs and identity in the back door that whatever we bring any information, he stop it, and then you fall apart. You stop it, and then you give up on yourself. You're doing the same thing, the same behaviors. What we need to do? Sorry?
When we choose to not, to like tell us to talk ourselves out of it, would that be our subconscious talking to our conscious?
Yeah, I'm getting into it.
Okay.
Listen, I'm going like I'm trying to explain everything. It's too deep. I'm trying not to miss anything. And then to see everything is in this parasha. Unbelievable. It's just introduction till now, by the way. So, Binyamin Toitano? So, our subconscious mind create our identity. So if you see someone telling me, I'm on diet for 3.5 months, why are you counting the days for 90 95 days you're in diet. Or I'm stopped smoking for 72 days. Why are you counting it? Which mean that you're still in your identity, you're a smoker, but you're just telling yourself and you're trying to work on the outside by stopping your behavior and eating or smoking or drinking or whatever, right? But you didn't change your identity. So your mind, you didn't convince them yet. How can I influence on someone? How can I influence on you when I have the authority, when I believe in myself, when I have such a way that you have this feeling of certainty, you can influence on people, right? When you believe in a product, you can sell the product. When you live it, or you, in a way that you dare, you can influence in your kids. But if your kids know that your no, it's no only after 5 times it's become yes, so they know you already, right? You just check it out. You might want it. No. Nah, they know that a little bit of tricking, then it's yes. But they know that the father no. I said no, it's no. You can jump, right? Because it comes from authority. So it's the same thing with your mind. When you bring out an idea and you want to change yourself, your subconscious mind is, are you kidding me? You don't, who are you? I know that you're like that. You want to wake up at 5 a.m. You want to wake up at 7 a.m. You want to learn. You want to do exercise. You want to change. You want to open your own business. You barely make 10. You barely make. Are you serious? Right? Because you don't believe in yourself, and you don't make yourself with authority in samchuti to convince the subconscious mind. So every beliefs that we have, and every thoughts, and every things that we create the identity, we have to bring it with so much intensity, with all our gesture, right? That's what we're doing in the coaching course. By saying it over again, it's called incantation, right? I can do it, I believe in myself. But you need to convince, to feel it, to feel this certainty, to feel this with all your body, right? To say it, to scream it. And then you'll be able to, a little bit, bring this information to convince these wires and break them, right? So what we're doing in the coaching course, we breaking the limited beliefs one by one, right? When you treating someone, you do therapy with someone, there is a hypnotherapy. What we need, the hypnotherapy, we're doing like kind of meditation or dimayon mudrach. Why? Because when I'm talking to you, only your conscious mind listen what I'm saying. After you leave here, maybe you can remember 10%, right? If you're lucky, 20%, right? Why? Because our subconscious mind, they have something that called critical factor, that is blocks us from our information to change what we believed before. Listen, Hashem did a chesed with us that in order to be normal in your mental, not everything that we want and everything that we hear, all the information that we get is going to come to your back door. This is locked with a safety. Imagine in each one of you telling me, you have to do that, you have to do that. Yeah, oh, yeah, I can make it. Oh, wow, I can make it. And then you're going outside, you can't make it. Yeah, I can lose weight in 3 days. Yeah, I can do that. I can stop. I can. No. Right? Because we're going to get so much disappointment and up and down, and all our emotion, our nephesh will be uncontrollable. Uncontrollable. Exactly, whatever.
Say next week, next month, next year.
Exactly. So, what we need to do, first of all, in order to make the change, You have to change your identity. First, who I am. It's not what are you doing. In life, it's not what are you doing. It's all about who you become. Who am I in my identity? I am not like that, right? I'm not such a person like that. I am like that. I'm a lover, right? I'm a giver. I'm a powerful. I have a courage. I have to believe. So much you create in over and over again, and you scream it over and over again until he comes with the intensity to yourself, and then you'll be able to change your back door in your subconscious mind, and creating a new identity of yourself. And then you'll be able to work from the beginning, from scratch, right? So the same thing. So how can you do it? So there is something that called that 4 powers that can helps you to define yourself and work towards that. What is that? I'm gonna say it very briefly. It's so much. I'm telling you just a little bit of candies, but it's so much. Each one of the contents that I'm teaching you, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's very deep. So the first one, the first power is the power of warrior. When you think yourself as a warrior, lochem, how is the warrior think? How is the warrior act? How is the warrior believe? How is the warrior fearless? How is the warrior pushing through, right? You become the warrior and you say to yourself, and you be able to go and to pretend like you're a warrior. So once you fear from something, once you have and dealing with something that you don't know how to deal, right? It's so much for you. No, how the warrior gonna deal? What I'm supposed to do? How the warrior is going to scream? So I'm bringing the person to be a warrior in the moment. Says scream! Wow! You can do it! Yes! Yeah! Right? You become like a warrior. You see a person like before. Yeah, I think I could, right? Become a warrior. Connect to your warrior inside of you. Connect to the power inside of you, right? This is what the Mishnah said in one word. Right? What is the Mishnah said? Gibor ka'ari, to be like a lion. Why the Mishnah gives us the metaphor of a lion? To have in your imagination that you are like that like him, and then you'll be able to work and to change your identity and use this power of a lion. Right? So they call it a warrior. The same thing. The second one is the lover. When I have argument with someone, I have machloket, I have problems in my relationship, my life, myself, I don't forgive to myself. Once you don't forgive to someone, it's not about someone, you don't forgive to yourself. When you got hurts from someone, you not got hurts from him. You got hurts from yourself. Someone told me, he hurts me. Nobody can hurt you unless you give him permission to hurt you. The reason that you got hurt because he touched the weakness point inside of you that you don't want to recognize and to be aware. That's why. So the forgiveness, it's about you to forgive to yourself, not to forgive them. People said, people, you taking advantage of me. People use me. Nobody can use you, baby. You let them use you. Once you know your power and your value, nobody can use you. No, they're taking me in this place, and don't pay me. You let them do it. If you know your value, nobody can use you. You have to pay $10,000. 5K, right? I was, for 6 or 7 years, I used to do chupot. And many other things, bar mitzvot, weddings, so many services that the rabbi is supposed to do. And I was afraid to ask for money. I was afraid to like, I thought, you know, maybe they don't have, maybe I'm supposed to do it, it's part of the rabbi services, right? And always I teach bar mitzvah, yeah, whatever you want to give me. They give me 100, 500, they give me like peanuts. And a lot of people, they don't give at all. And I used to do chuppah, and I drove all the way to the chuppah with the band, with the sound, with the keyboard, doing very, very beautiful chuppot. And when I came back, I asked the person, okay, what's going on? Yeah, I'm going to give you after. He came to me and he met me and gave me 2 coffins with the $120. Like, this is for you, rabbis. I didn't know what to do. I said, come for a second. Come to the ATM. B'kasha, give me $500. This is my first. He said, what? I said to my wife, you know what? Since then, I'm not making chupot less than $1,500. He said, what? How can you ask this price? This is a lot. The second person called me a week after. He said, hi, Rabbi, we're going to get married, and we would love to have you in our wedding. I said, okay. How much the fee is? It's $1,500. I said, what? No, we want to do something small. We want to something small, and the flower is just the flower is $12K, right? But I said, listen to me. This is the $1,500, and with the registration is another $150. With the keyboard is another $400. It's about $2,000. He said, no, but we don't. Can you make a discount? Maybe we can make a discount in 100, but that's the price. I'm sorry. You want to find somebody else? I have a lot of friends. They take 200 or 500 or for free. Other rabbis, but I'm the best. I'm doing the best chupot here, and I'm the only one who recognized by the rabbinical in Israel. So whether you pay, whether you get these services or no. He said, okay, sign me in. I'm going to send you in a minute. This was my first lesson, that I need to go through it to believe in myself that I'm worth it, right? First of all. And then you'll be able to convince other people that you're really worth it, this service, and they pay it, right? It's all about what you have inside of you. So the same thing, you cannot say people hurt me, people take advantage of me. No, it's all about you. If you have a value, how much you value yourself, how much you're worth, how much your time worth, how much the hour of your time. Sometimes you have friends, you have people around, okay, so you could do services, they're doing to you, you're doing to him, okay. But I'm talking about business-wise or professional-wise. No, this is my price, I'm sorry. Sometimes you need to pay a price by saying no, and you need this $1,000, but that's the test, if you really believe in yourself that you're worth it. The same thing, the value of yourself in front of people, in front of your wife, in front of everyone. So once you be able to connect to the warrior of you, you can connect to the other dimension that called the lover. The lover, how much love I have inside of me. When I'm sad, when I have the anger, when I have the jealousy, when I have these hurts, right? You connected. It's a lot of process, with the music, and it's not like that. I'm just telling you the hint. You connected the lover inside yourself. What a lover doing in this situation? How can I react? How can I reply? Should I scream? I'm in love in my wife. I'm in love in my kids. Loving the people around me. Should I be angry? Right? Connect to yourself and to your lover inside of you. The third one is the magician. When you got a problem and you're looking for Yeshua, for salvation, there's nowhere in the world. Logically, there's nowhere in the world that I can be able to solve this problem. Solve this problem with my wife, with my business, with my debt, with my health problems. There's no way logically. You connect to the power of magician that can solve it in a minute with the magic. Right? How the magician believe? How the magician do it? How the magician create something that is unusual and unreal and unbelievable? Right?
That's Hashem.
Exactly. Wait. I'm just taking it, of course. That's Hashem. Hashem is everything. Wait. The fourth one is the kingdom. The fourth one is to be a king and to be a queen. I'm a king. I'm not going to go these dirty places. I'm not going to behave like an animal. I'm not going to hang out with those people. It's not my type. I appreciate myself enough that I'm not going to be and laugh and dance or do certain things. You connect to your kingdom, to your malchut, right? You be a proud Jew, proud of yourself, not to hide the kippah and go like that. No, to go with tzitzit and kippah everywhere you go. Once you believe and connect to your real kingdom, to your real values, people appreciate you more than in you try to be like them, or you're embarrassed of the identity of yourself. Test me. I'm a proud Jew. I don't care if I'm going. I don't care if I'm in this party. I don't care if it's not appropriate to wear a kippah. Sometimes Chilul Hashem, it's better to. Some of the places it's better to put it in your pocket, but I'm talking about in general. Be able to connect to your kingdom. How a king behave in this situation? How a king feel? Right? This is all the four dimensions that we talk about. Right? The water is the lover. Right? The temptation in this side, the lover in this side. Right? The warrior, right? It's the fire. Warrior against, it's defy the odds. I'm not afraid of anyone. I have this strength, I have this power. Right? I'm a warrior. I can make it. It's a piece of cake of me. I can make 1 million, I can make it 2 million, I can influence some people, I can make it. Oh yeah. Right? We all have it inside of us. So, and the kingdom is the ruach. When you look above everyone, not with gava, with full of anavam, of humbleness. Once you know that whatever you got is from Hashem, once you know that all the strength, all the power, all the love, or everything that you got is from Hashem, how can you create and can connect to those powers? Only when one thing, Hashem. Only when you can connect to the Sphira of Chokhmah, Sphira of Binah, Sphira of Dat. It's all about to know Hashem, Chokhmah. To know that Hashem is with me. Hashem is not going to leave me alone. When Hashem is with you, you don't have a fear. You're not afraid of everyone. You have the power of magician. Right? Everything is possible. It's possible to buy a house without a penny. It's possible. Without a credit. Without a mortgage. Without anything. And you know what I'm talking about. Everything is possible. It's a power to break the walls, the invisible walls around you. They do not exist when Hashem is with you. All the fear, all the darkness, all the things that you're going through, this worry, that the worries, the negative thoughts, I'm going to make it, I'm going to do it, it's going to work, you're going to believe me, I'll be able to. No, it's all nonsense. What should I do? Connect to Hashem. Hashem, you're the source of everything. I know that without you I have no shlom bayit. I have no love, no passion, no influence on anyone. Hashem, I know. And when I have you, I have no fear. Hashem said to Moshe Rabbeinu, Bo el Paro, come with me, I'm with you. What are you afraid? But this is the worst king in the world, the strongest. Nobody can talk to him. Nobody can influence. Nobody can say anything. I mean, I'll make him hard heart or soft heart. I make everything. What are you talking about? I'm with you. You want to be the driver? Come on. Let me to be a driver. Let me to take care of your kids. You worry about your kids? You're doing your ishtadlut. As long as you're doing your ishtadlut to give your kids the best education, you don't have to be worried about anything. But I live in America, but they can do that, they can go with the natural. No, once you live with Hashem, of course, pray every day about your kids, for them, for their shidduchim from now. Pray about yourself, because whatever you got today, there's no guarantee you're going to get it tomorrow. If you're not going to be appreciated, you can lose it. The reason that the people have darkness in their life, makat choshech, the plague of darkness, because you not appreciate what you have right now. End of suffering, it's appreciation. End of suffering, it's gratefulness. If you're suffering right now, in any categories, in any areas in your life, because you're not appreciate. Not appreciate your house, your wife, your car, your people, your rabbi, your communities, your land, your state, your abundance, your money, your health, everything, it's a blessing. Even the things that you're going through, it's a blessing. The problem is a blessing that push you to the edge. Hashem never give makat to anyone, give plague in anyone. Hashem never hurts anyone. Whatever He gives you, or seems like a problem, it seems like something hurts, it's to wake you up, to show you to be appreciated. Once you appreciate what you have, you change your state, you change your emotion, and then you'll be able to react with the full power and defy the odds with no fear. That's the message from this parasha. Are you one to go out from your own Egypt? You want to go from your narrows? Egypt represents the narrows. 3 minutes and finish. 57. So when Egypt represents your narrows, the things that you have fear. I don't know what's going to happen with my life, with my zivug, with my parnasa, with my kids, with myself. I don't know. Right? You're still in Egypt. Egypt, it's in your mind. How can I break this fear? To go to my redemption, to believe in myself, to connect the power in myself, to connect my Nephesh, all the 4 powers, when I have Hashem with me. Only for the Jewish people, they have light inside the darkness. These 2 types of darkness, the 3 days, the beginning of the darkness, they have a regular darkness, lo ra'u ish et achiv. There is another 3 days, lo kamo ish mitachtav. The first one, they cannot be able to see each other. The second part of the 3 days, they cannot even move. They got freeze. Sometime you have a darkness in your life that you're still going around. You still hang. It's called survival mode. Right? With this relationship, I don't know how it's going to be last, but for how long, but I'm still walking. I'm still walking with this business or this kind of a financial situation. But there is a darkness that everything is stuck. Everything is stuck. There's not going whatever is supposed to go. I don't know. There's no hope. What do you need to do? Bring the light of Hashem. To connect the power inside of you that Hashem give you the skill and the knowledge. When you bring Hashem to your life, there's no fear. Right? And then your Nephesh, you bring the Nephesh to your spiritual mode, or your Neshama, you be able to defy the odds, go without fear, reach your goals, and bring the dreams of yourself to the reality, and then you can go out from Egypt. Bezrat Hashem shenizkeh to push all the way, to be with Hashem. Amen. Thank you all for coming.
Wow.